The sauce is going and it looks great. Now it's time to start on the meatballs. Spaghetti and meatballs. Again, this recipe is handed down and I've tweaked and stolen and begged and borrowed to get different recipes from restaurateurs and from my mother and family members. One of the secrets is the meat mixture that you start with. I like a 1/3 mix of ground beef, ground pork, and mild Italian sausage. You could do a hot Italian sausage if you have an adventuresome group, but keep in mind who you're serving for. So you've got the meat mixture ready to go. Then we're going to add 1 large egg for every pound of mixture. Half to a quarter dried breadcrumbs. You can always make your own. I'm going to add some Pecorino Romano cheese. That's a sheep milk cheese. It's saltier and it's sharper than your Parmesan, and so keep that in mind when you're salting. Now I've grated that very finely because I want it to meld in there very nicely. We're making meatballs, so I've taken some onion and garlic, sweated them in a little olive oil, but when you do this, cut this very finely. When we're doing the sauce, you might cut it a little larger, chop it a little bit. So that goes in. And then your fresh herbs. I'd like some basil in there, and again some flat leaf parsley. Nice mixture in there. We're going to do a little salt and pepper to taste. Now I'm just going to put a pinch in there, as I talked about salt earlier, and then some black pepper in here. The bowl looks good just like it is. Now the ideal size for a meatball is somewhere bigger than a golf ball and slightly smaller than a tennis ball. And this is my personal challenge. I always make them too big. So what I do is I use a little ice cream scoop to give me something to shoot for. This is the kind of thing that you mix your meatballs up. You want to take your rings off. Remember where you put those because you're going to get your hands right in there. Alright, so as I said, I like to have something a little bit bigger than a golf ball. And I start with my ice cream scoop and it gives me a fighting chance of making the right size meatball. Just gently roll, don't pack too much. You want them kind of loose. You don't want to make them too dense. Just a little roll, neatly arranged on the tray. A baking dish with a little bit of a lip on it. And the last one. Perfect. Now we're going to put these into our 350-degree oven for 35 to 40 minutes. And if you made them the right size, they'll be just perfect. Through the magic television, they will come out and look just like this. You can make these early. You can even make them a day ahead. And then reintroduce them in the sauce, get them heated all the way through, and we're ready to put them on the plate. So the meatballs and sauce are done and hot. We've done pasta al dente. This is one of the few pasta sauces that I'll do without taking the starchy pasta water and mixing into the sauce. The sauce is just great the way it is. Nice and hot. I'm going to take a nice ladle of the rich tomato sauce. Down in the bottom of the bowl, we're going to add our hot al dente pasta. Stir and mix to coat. That'll absorb the sauce, get a nice rich color. Beautiful, looks great. Then we're going to go to plate. Give it a twirl. Portion appropriately. Add a little dollop of sauce on the top. And a couple of those fabulous meatballs that you did. A little greenery for color around the plate. And a little Parmesan on top for the eye. Some French bread. And a simple salad. Spaghetti and meatballs. I'm Keith Severson, and it smells like Sunday. We finished spaghetti and meatballs, and I'd like you to remember, it's not glass to glass, but soul to soul.
And all I thought it was like a fast movie. The movie was going in my head. Oh crap!